And welcome, folks, to the talk show, Let the Truth Be Told. I'm your host, Pastor David, and it is a Wednesday evening. And folks, this is All Out Thursday. And we have to have a serious conversation right now because the country is, I don't know. But if you ain't got nothing to do, call your friends and let them know. You're listening to Let the Truth Be Told Radio. And I'm your host, Pastor David. Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. And it is a Thursday Night Live. Ain't no jive right here. TECNTV.com. And I'm your host, Pastor David. Y'all come on in. We got a great conversation. So if you ain't got nothing to do, call your friends and let them know. You're listening to Let the Truth Be Told Radio. And I'm your host, Pastor David. Y'all come on in. It's a Thursday Night Live, ain't no jive, right here at TECNTV.com. And I'm your host, Pastor David. And you can catch us on rumble.com, David Lowe 1057. We're also on LinkedIn, David Lowery. Also on X, at David Lowery Jr. 1. Like I said, it's Thursday night. It's All Out Thursday. We're not going with no script. We're just going to do what we do. Thursday Night Live. If you ain't got nothing to do, call your friends and let them know that Pastor David is on the radio. Let the truth be told. Let the truth be told. It'll move your soul. Come on. Thursday Night Live ain't no jive. It's the beginning of Black History Month. Really? And if you ain't got nothing to do, sit back and get you a brew or two, a glass of wine. It's prime time. And let us put something on your mind. Come on in, y'all. Thursday Night Live, right here, TECNTV.com. And I'm your host, Pastor David. Come on. Y'all got me live right here. Live, TECNTV.com. Hey. And like I said, it is a Thursday night right here at TECNTV.com. And I'm your host, Pastor David. And I want to say this. This is the first day of Black History Month. And we're going to talk about that, folks. So if y'all ain't got nothing to do, y'all come on in and let on so we can get this conversation started.
Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest far right.
On the bridge.
No justice, no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Get back!
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Muhammad Ali has just refused to be inducted into the United States Armed Forces.
The Biden administration is opening new ways for thousands of people from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela to legally enter the country.
Is necessary by any means necessary to protect his life and property, especially in a country where the federal government itself has proven that it is either unable or unwilling to protect the lives and property of those human beings.
Liar. Corrupt people.
global, universal, and coming from the windy city of Chicago, Illinois. Now it's time to let the truth be told with David Lowery.
And I'm telling you. And welcome, folks, to the talk show. Let the truth be told. I'm your host, Pastor David. And man, listen. First, let me give all praises to God and my Lord and Savior, Yeshua, which is Jesus Christ. And I want to start out by saying, see, when you're doing something and you're doing the right thing, the enemy hates it. See, as a pastor, our job is to try to do the best we can to shepherd our sheep. But the powers that be is going to continue to attack those who really believe and who really try to do the right thing for God. And the reason why I'm saying it is because I'm sitting here since we've been doing this show, and this show is probably getting to be one of the hottest podcast shows in the country, only because we're not going along with the status quo. We're not going to tell you that it's raining outside when you peeing on my head. And see, that's what's happening today in the country. The way that the American people and patriots across this country is being attacked, we are being attacked with a psychological warfare plan that presents narratives out there, and then they expect for the American people to fall in line and believe what they say. We have to be real careful, because at this present day and time and situation, the psychological warfare that this country and the politicians have put on the American people has caused us to be in this position for this country to be destroyed. See, a lot of y'all don't want to believe that America is the biggest hypocrite on the face of the planet. You just think because you got you a good little situation going on, you got your job, you got your car, you got your house, everything is going good. But around you in your perfect world, the communities are dying and this world is dying. Look at our situation. I've never seen the economy at this place. And yet you got crooks in the White House, open crooks. They're not hiding nothing. Since the Biden administration have been in office, they have not hid nothing that they've done. They said they was going to put the homosexuality in the schools. They did it. They said they were going to be in the government. They did it. They said they was going to destroy the economy. They did it. And the American people were silent. They used COVID as a reason to try to turn the country around, but they did. They reset this country. It wasn't good enough just to have freedom of speech and all the things that what God gave us, but they had to reset the country and make the American people and the people in this world think that the politicians are God. They've enlisted the help of all sorts of organizations to pull off this whole charade of COVID, not having money, lying and cheating and stealing, telling the American people that we can't make the budget because we spending too much money. But yet and still, here we are in 2024, and at the last 3 years since the Biden administration, the country has went down the tubes. So let me talk a little bit about some things that the American people need to hear. See, if you go back in time, and this is why these demons don't want history being taught, and they don't want the Bible being taught in school, or they don't want the churches open. This way that the truth cannot come out about what is happening in America. See, every great dynasty, every great country has fallen. See, because of what you're seeing today, it's the same thing that was going on back in Abraham's day with Sodom and Gomorrah. See, Sodom and Gomorrah had so much sin that it reached to the highs of the heaven. And God sent Lot there to save it, but he could not find one man, a righteous man other than Lot and his family in Sodom and Gomorrah. And so the end, y'all know what the end of the story is. Y'all listen, the end of the story is God wiped Sodom and Gomorrah from the face of the earth. Now let's see. They had a bunch of stuff going on. They had lying and cheating. They had homosexuality that was being perverted all over the two cities. Anybody knew that they would come in town, they was raping them. They wanted to sodomize them. They was drinking. They was drunks. They was drug using. This was Sodom and Gomorrah. It sound like something you know? Yeah. It sounds like the United States of America and what's going on in the world today. Because America has become the new Sodom and Gomorrah. And we know what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. But see, there was other dynasties, the Child dynasty. It fell because of eternal problems. See, that's what's happening in America right now today. We have so much eternal strife in our country. We have a country that's divided because the good is versus the evil. And the evil seems to think that they are winning this. The evil seems to think that God is no longer in control of the universe in which he created. And they have pushed themselves to a place to where we're at right now. So the Child dynasty fell because of the same things of why Sodom and Gomorrah fell, was because the inside of it got destroyed. And the same thing is happening to America right now. I want to give you another example of a fallen nation. This is going to hit y'all close to home. The Roman Empire. The Roman was known for their gladiator games. They were known for having the most strongest army in the world. They were known for being the trendsetters in the world, the marketplaces. Everybody went to Rome. But as history went on, what happened to Rome? Rome fell because of the infrastructure, that the people had no confidence in the leadership. The leadership was mostly in those senates, the Roman Senate, they were all homosexuals. They were men having sex with men. The military, the Roman Empire military, it was the same way. They fell because they didn't honor God. See, that's the key right there. They thought that they were gods themselves, and they did all the things that was wrong in the eyes of God, and so Rome fell. Well, to the American people and patriots across this country, we are in the new Sodom and Gomorrah, and we are definitely the new Rome. Because all the things that destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, the homosexuality, the lying, the cheating, the stealing, the disrespect to God, all of those things that caused the Roman Empire to fall, the same, the lying, the cheating, the homosexuality, the hatred of God, trying to change what God created, that marriage between a man and a man. He had the Romans sleeping with each other. He had the army men sleeping with men. It is an abomination. And God let Rome fall. And the reason why I'm saying this is because here we are in the United States in 2024. And everything that has happened in this country is the same things that happened in Sodom and Gomorrah, it happened in the Chad dynasty, and it happened in the Roman Empire. Because the disrespect of God and the fact that men start sleeping with men, women start sleeping with women, and the homosexuality destroyed Rome. So the reason why I'm saying that is because here we are, America is in the same situation. America is no different under the Biden administration, and it had been brewing for a while. We can see that this whole reset was created by the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, the Jews, and all of those who went along with the program that it's okay to tell God that he don't know what he's doing and create laws that would allow men to marry men and women to marry women. And this abomination is about to destroy this country. See, this whole situation was planned out, and it was planned out well because there was a moment, and they've been waiting to bring this to the forefront to try to normalize an abomination lifestyle in the eyes of the American people, because we already know what God said about it. So that's why we've seen it go in phases. Now it's at the final phase. It's at the phase to where not only have they added the Sodom and Gomorrah piece to it, but they added all the other things. They attacked our children. The future of this country is in jeopardy because our children are not being taught anything on how this country should be ran. And I'm not going to say all children, but those who have already made the deal with the devil, who already said that, you know what, we're going to get rid of everybody else and we're going to be the elite ones and we're going to run the world. But they forget one thing. A snake is a snake. And anytime you get into bed with a snake, I guarantee you, it's going to bite you. And so all of those who have decided that they wanted to be a part of the New World Order, all those who have said, like the homosexuals and the secret organization people and the Masons and all of these secret organizations, they're part of the demise of this country because they pledged to idols and they're only living, going through the motions, but yet worshiping darkness. They've already accepted what their responsibility is. They've already made a deal with the devil, and they're trying to run this country to hell. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the migrant situation. See, a lot of us really don't understand what's going on with the migrants, but you have to start asking yourself, why are the Democratic Party and the Republicans, why are they pushing it? Why are they pushing this type of lifestyle on the American people? Why did they all of the sudden, once Trump got out of office, they pushed this whole thing into motion? And now the borders are open. We got illegal aliens coming in here by the millions. And Joe Biden and the Barack Obamas and the Democratic parties, they sitting back and they laughing their ass off because it was more to this thing than it looks. You would have to ask yourself, why would a past president do illegal things? What George Bush has done, what Barack Obama has done, what Joe Biden has done, they have allowed and opened our borders up so that this country could be invaded. That's right. This is no moment of where, oh, we've allowed a few migrants to come to the country. That's not what this is. To the American people and patriots across this country, this is an invasion. They have invaded our country because the Biden administration opened the borders and it was all planned. You would start to think about how they're getting here. And so a friend of mine sent me a video of two men who were posing as migrants. And it's going to be on my page. I'll put it up. But I can tell you what happened. These two men that was posing as migrants, they was hidden reporters. They went along the trail. Now, there's 3 or 4 different types of trail that the migrants can take to get to the United States. Each trail costs a certain amount of money, and each trail poses different dangers for the migrants to come through. They're going through jungles, they're going through forests. You could get robbed, you could get killed, you could get kidnapped. It all depends on which one of the routes that you take to get to the United States. So these embedded reporters paid good money so they could take the shortest route. See, the shorter the route to get to America, the more the money cost. And so they paid a hefty price. And as I watched the video go on, as they taped all the different centers, because see, they're not migrants. We are being invaded by the Chinese. We are being invaded by Syrians. We're being invaded by the North Koreans. We're being invaded by everybody. These are not just people looking for a job. These are people, soldiers. They're bringing equipment, electrical stuff. I mean, when I looked at the video, I was stunned because this was so cruelly calculated plan that the American people, all we see is the migrants coming in on buses. All we see is them getting to the southern border. But we don't see all the other checkpoints that the Biden administration is allowing these soldiers of fortune, terrorists. They're allowing cartel people in. They're coming from all other countries. I'm telling you, this is an invasion. America is about to be sacked. If you don't know what sacked is, let me give you a perfect example of what sacked is. In Greek days, there was a situation for Sparta and Troy that the Persians wanted to defeat them. Other Greek nations wanted to defeat them, but they could not get past the wall. You see, this was a real war. The wall is what presented and kept Troy from being defeated. Every army would come to Troy. They would try to break that wall down, and they couldn't. So they got smart. They created a gift. And so the people of Troy thought that, wow, they left us a gift. They left us this big old beautiful horse. They left it right outside the gates of Troy in the fortress and went back down to the seafront. The people of Troy were so excited, they brought the Trojan horse inside the gates. Never looking inside the horse to see what was there and brought them in the gates. And at the end of the day, when the people of Troy were asleep, all the soldiers and warriors came out of the Trojan horse and they sacked Troy and destroyed it. See, we got the same thing going on. What we're seeing right now with the migrants is the Trojan horse. Joe Biden opened up the borders. This was done purposely. This was an invasion. The Biden administration, with the Barack Obamas, the Clintons, Oprah Winfrey, all of these people belong to the New World Order. Their mission is to try to destroy America and make a one world order where everybody follow their rules. That's why they kicked God out. That's why they didn't want God in America no more. They didn't want people to be saved. They didn't want the people to have a spiritual foundation through Christ, because that's what this country was built on. And so the Democratic Party has united with all other organizations to bring this country to its knees. And they use that homosexual vehicle to start it. So while we was worrying about the kids in the school, and believe me, it is a very much so thing we have to worry about, the future of this country is our children. There were so many things that have happened. There were so many distractions. See, folks, we're not thinking clearly because all of these distractions that are happening, and yet they're still allowing the borders to be open. They're still allowing all of these army people and tactical people to set up shop in the country, while we're worrying about our economy, we're worried about gas, we're worried about the schools with our children. All of these are planned distractions that they're using right now so the American people won't look at what's going to really happen. And when we realize it, America, this country, is going to be sacked. It is going to fall from within, and America the Great will become rubble. So the American people are sitting around right now trying to figure out why all of this stuff is going on. Well, the distraction of the Ukraine and the money being given to the Ukraine. I just heard, and we all can check it for ourselves, that Joe Biden has got more money in his political war chest than the history of politics. You would have to start asking yourself, why would you need money? You don't need no money to run for office, that much money. The reason why they got so much money, see, money is one of the roots to all evil. They're going to use money to lie, to cheat, to steal. They're going to pay people like the homosexuals and those fraternities and sororities, brothers and sisters, to be in our polls, to be using thumb drives, to do ballot harvesting. And this is a fact. I know for a fact, because the people that was doing, I know some of them, and they bragged about doing it. I heard another black man, as bad as our situation is in this country today, I heard another black man say, we can't let Trump get in because he gonna mess our stuff up. And I got to thinking, like, what is he gonna mess up that Joe ain't already messed up? What is Trump gonna do? Because I remember when he was in office, everything was working pretty good. And y'all already know that. I ain't got to say that. But we have to be real careful about the people that are around us, and the people who are running this country now have another agenda. And it's not about the free America that we've known for all of these years until the past 3 years, when our liberties have been under constant attack by the Democratic Party, the New World Order, and those rhino Republicans. So we, the people in this country, are fighting and we're backpedaling. We're trying to defend our liberties. We're trying to defend the country. We're trying to defend our families. We're trying to defend the simple way of the American lifestyle and culture that we've had for years. And why are we doing it? We're doing it because we went to sleep. We got the war in the Ukraine. They just getting money. Y'all already know that. You don't hear about the war in Ukraine no more. Now that they got the money held up, and the American people should be saying, don't pass the budget. Let the budget not get passed. We don't need the money. Let the country fall, because the country is not going to fall. These are the lies that they tell to make the American people think that they got to go into special sessions and they got to save us to keep our bills getting paid and all that. If the clock goes past the deadline, everything's still going to get paid. You still going to get your Social Security check. You still going to get your welfare check. You still going to get all the things the government's supposed to provide for you because they already got the money. This is the trick. This is the political trick that they're using now to keep digging into the American people pockets, because they're using the aliens, all these illegals. You have to keep asking yourself, why are they bringing them in? Why are this government breaking federal law to bring illegals in, and then to top it off, they're giving them taxpayer dollars? Why? Because of the evil. What the American people are seeing right now is evil. It's pure evil. We are experiencing the war, and our children and our families are going to become casualties of this spiritual war between good and evil. See, there's so many of us out here who do know God and respect Him. There's so many of us out here that don't know God and have no clue or relationship with Him. And see, as pastors, that's what we should be trying to do. We should be trying to save souls. We shouldn't be like T.D. Snakes over at Puff Daddy's party wearing a dress, shaking his butt. We shouldn't be like all the other pastors, the Clemson Dollar, the Bill Winstons. To the American people, we have to start asking ourselves, why are all these people rich? Why are the American people paying all these people for what? And yet, here we are in a situation where this country is about to fall, and none of them are saying anything except a few of us like myself and Minister Kelly and some of the others I know. But see, this is all about the trick. This is about the trick right here. They've already tricked the American people out of trillions of dollars. They just told us we are past $6 trillion. This country is so far in debt that the paper money don't mean nothing. And they already know that. That's why they're pushing to collapse our economy so they can reboot it and take it over. So this video, I'm getting back to this. So this video that I saw with these embedded reporters following they called it the Trail of Tears, just like the Indians when they was forced to go up into the mountains. See, all of these things are similar. The Europeans came to America, they took over, and they forced the Indians into the mountains where it was cold and they had no food, barely clothing, and it was called the Trail of Tears because so many Indians died just trying to get there from safety, away from the carpet-bagging cowboys and the government that stole their land. So it's pretty much the same thing right now. Black people, we're being forced on the Trail of Tears psychologically. How much longer can we stay on this trail and all of us not die? Our communities are already down and riddled with crime. Our education system in the Black community, they're graduating dummies. They're not learning math. We already know all these things. See, Black people, we still on the trail of tears. We're steady losing our respect. We're losing our family structure. We've already lost our family structure. Our women have lost their men. Most of the men have been put in jail. A lot of the men do not know how to be men. They can't really read. They have no skills. Black people, we're on the trail of tears right now. And we're losing a lot of our people. We should have some grave concerns right now that everybody else is growing except Black people. We're not advancing. Our children don't stand a chance. We don't stand a chance unless we change the way we think and the way we act. That's why they put the illegals into our community, because they're replacing the Black community. That's what this is. So getting back to these 3 trails, all of this have been set up. And during the time that these embedded reporters were going through this trail of tears, they was running across all sorts of people who supposed to be migrants, but they weren't. They ran across Chinese soldiers and engineers out on this trail. They done paid money. See, they took the shortest trail to get here. We saw people from Syria in this video. We saw people from every other nation coming inside of our borders, unchecked. Some of them didn't even want to be on the camera. They were hiding their face. And every time you ask one of them where they from, they would say, and then they would say, Joe Biden, he told us, he paid for us to come here. So that would tell us right there was several folds of why they brought them here. 1, to kill the Black community and take it over. 2, to use them and make sure they get some kind of address so that they can vote. 3, they needed bodies to cheat. The Democrats knew that Black people are not going to vote for them this year after all the stuff that they've done. But they're so brazen right now, they're so cocky that they're bringing all these illegals in, and if Black people don't come out and kiss their ass and vote, then they'll just shove the illegals out there and steal another election. I'm telling you. I heard another Black man say that he helped steal the election. He was part of a fraternity. He said him and his people helped steal the election. And if the Republican Party don't have enough people to watch all the polls across the country, that these people are going to be in the polls again wearing Biden-Harris shirts, putting posters on the wall to steal another election. But you would think that the situation in the Black community is one that everybody should be rallying. All the other citizens in this country should be rallying around the Black community, opposed to standing back and watching what's happening, because you're next. The people that's running this country right now have no sympathy. They have no empathy for the American people. They have no sympathy for our families. They have nothing for our children. And we've only become a number that's standing in their way from taking this country over. So you see, this was all by design. The migrants are coming here. They're being given, you keep at, why are they getting the money? Why are they getting phones? Well, this is the process. They go to key different sites while they're going through the jungle and stuff. Once they get to a certain place, then the Red Cross is there, the United Nations is there, and all sorts of other American groups are there to assist them. Like they got clinics out there when they come out of the jungle or whatever. They got clinics they can go to. They can get checked. If they need shots, they're giving them shots. This is all at the cost of the taxpayers. This is all behind the scenes. This is the reason why you heard Joe Biden say, all of a sudden now, since they don't want to give him the money, he trying to make a deal. He's saying, okay, just give me the money. See, they need the money because they done stole the money from the wars and they put it in their campaigns. And now they can't even justify getting money to send to Ukraine nor give to Israel. See, now they're calling for a ceasefire. And I'm so glad the Republicans are not giving them any more money of the taxpayer dollars. And now they're being squeezed. They're squeezing them down now. And so now the Democrats are willing to do anything. So Joe said, I'll close the borders. Just let 5,000 a day come in here. That don't make sense. If they're coming illegally, you're the president of the United States. You're supposed to be upholding the law in the country. You shouldn't be breaking the law. That doesn't make sense. So these three trails, America's giving out. The cartels, it's just like a crazy game. It's like one of the games that you play when you're going through the jungle and you're trying to get to the other side. Because you might get eaten, you might get killed, you might get snake bit, you might not have enough energy to make it. And if you fall in the wilderness, you die or you get robbed. And people are dying. They are getting kidnapped. They're getting robbed. They're being used as mules. See, the cartel know who to get. They're not touching those Chinese soldiers. They're not touching the Koreans. They're not touching the Syrians who are coming. Every other nationality has come to this country, and they've set up shop within our borders, and they're waiting for the word to sack America. See, America is about to be sacked. That's what they call it. And the American people who worked hard to build this country, who has worked hard to raise their families, the American people are sitting on eggshells right now because if they decided that they want to pull the rug, it's going to come down to hand-to-hand combat right here in this country. It really is. And black people, this was done to destroy us completely. They're hoping that the black community does not survive, and we won't survive because a divided house can't stand. We will not survive this if black people don't stop trying to be slick and trying to make money and trying to get their name out there instead of trying to organize something, instead of trying to find ways that we can stop the bleeding that has been happening to our community for years. We almost out of blood, black people. They done sucked the life out of our community. And yet we still have other black people talking about, oh, it's okay. We all right, we fine. I heard a black man say, and that's why I say the narratives. The narrative is what's getting us. Excuse me. And what I mean by the narrative, they keep telling us one thing. No, we're not going to do this. But they're doing it anyway. The psychological warfare on us to make us think that this is legal. Oh, this is legal. They got a right to come here because we sanctuary states and we sanctuary cities. None of this is legal. It is all against the policies of this country. That's why Texas is saying, we don't give a damn what the government say. And they don't have to. They don't have to. Because the federal government cannot tell a state what they can and what they cannot do. All Texas have to do is tell Joe Biden and the Supreme Court to go to hell, and that's it. Joe ain't gonna send no army down there. He ain't gonna do shit. But he got everybody scared like he got power over this earth and he gonna do something. He doesn't. The power lies within the people. It is our power that they're using against us. And the lie about January 6th, they wanted to scare us into thinking, oh, well, there was no insurrection. See, we got some good actors. We got a lot of good actors in this country. The Liz Cheneys and the Barack Obamas, them. Now, a message to black people. I wish black people would quit trying to hold Barack Obama up. We need to stop that. We need to come to reality that he did nothing. There was no intention for him to do nothing to help black people. All y'all be on the thread talking about, oh, well, with the first black president. The hell with the first black president. We should be looking for the most qualified president. That's why we ain't got nothing. We always want to put somebody in the office that look like us, that don't give a damn about us. Look what Lori Lightfoot did to the city of Chicago. And then the people of Chicago let their guards down again, and they put this idiot Brandon Johnson in there. He has no clue. And to the people of Chicago, we need a recall petition that Brandon Johnson is derelict of his duties to the people of Chicago. He is not looking out for the welfare of the people of Chicago. He has done nothing since he's been in office to advance this city or to help this city move forward. He's only put more burden on the people of the Chicago. He got the aliens here. They started getting money from places they said they didn't have money. They just allocated $150 million in the budget for them. And taxpayers are spending $1.5 million a day to house people who are not even citizens in this country. And they won't even take one penny to house the people that are homeless in this state and in this city. There's something wrong with that. You got to start asking yourself, why are they doing this? They're doing it because they want control of us. They want to control our families. The 2030 project, by then, they hoping in the next 4 to 5 years that they can completely collapse this country, and then it will rise up the elites who will be running the country. Well, one thing I know for sure, God is not going to be mocked. To y'all pastors out there, see, I got a sermon for y'all tomorrow, so don't worry about that. I'm going to cover y'all tomorrow on the show, on the Moments of Truth. So y'all get ready. God is not going to be mocked. And that's what this world is doing right now. It is mocking God. This country is mocking God. It's laughing. They're telling God, oh God, we don't care about you. We changed the rules ourselves. We changed it. We changed it so men can marry men and women can marry women. God, we don't care about you no more. All you do is just wake us up every morning. See, that's what the problem is. Man has gotten so full of itself that he want to be a God. But to the American people and patriots across this country, Joe Biden and the Hillary Clintons, this government is not our God. Because we are living in the last days and times. That's why they had to get God out this country. That's why they've been pushing God out the country. They've been saying, We got to make the people think. We got to wage war on them and make them think that everything is under control by the evil. And why haven't God stepped in and stopped us? That's what these demons are saying. That's what the Joe Bidens and them are saying. We don't care about God. You haven't heard any of the Democrats say the word God or Jesus Christ. You haven't. Think about it. When have you heard Joe Biden give honor to God? When did you hear Barack Obama give honor to God? Never did you. But they did everything against God. You will know them by their fruit. And the fruit that they have produced is what we see now. So to the American people and patriots across this country, this is a defining moment for us. Our families are at stake. Our livelihood is at stake. We got the news people lying, all the regular news people. See, it is so funny. I'm sitting here watching and, excuse me, I'm sitting here watching my signal go in and out. So some of y'all going to get the show where the signal going in and out. See, I already know for myself that the enemy hate what I'm doing. This enemy hate the fact that I'm a pastor and I'm telling the truth about what they're doing. And so they're going to try to do anything to stop the signal, to freeze the cameras. But one thing for sure, Jesus said the truth shall set you free. And the truth that I'm telling you today, it is going to set you free. Really, your arms are too short to box with God, but you can try it anyway. Sodom and Gomorrah tried it, and look what happened to them. The Child dynasty tried it. Look what happened to them. They tried to take the world over. And the Romans said, yeah, we going to take the world over. What happened to Rome? America, you're next. This great empire that we call a country is about to fall. And the only reason why that God has not wiped it out. See, this is the saving grace. This is what I love about God. Even though we have crapped on him, even though we have done all the things against him, changing the Bible, saying he don't exist, saying the Bible is just a good book of good stories. But God is the creator. He commit miracles every day, and y'all seeing it. So don't you think that it's the same God back then at Sodom? It's the same God in Rome. It's the same God right now. He didn't change. It was man that changed. And so those who are listening to this show who sit around and play with the signal and do this and that and try to stop it, the truth gonna set you free. But I'm telling you, God will not be mocked. To y'all pastors listening to this show, I want you to hear me clearly. You are playing with God. You're lying, you're cheating, you're stealing. You're playing with God. And you know how good his grace and mercy is. And yet, you're sleeping with the enemy. Y'all not saying nothing, man. The sermon that I'm going to give you tomorrow, when you hear this sermon tomorrow on Moments of Truth, your relationship with God is going to be exposed if it's not a righteous one. You're not going to be able to look at my show no more after tomorrow and you're a pastor and you still doing the same stuff that you're doing right now, and that's not honoring God and helping God's people. I can guarantee you that. To those who play with the signal, the Bible says, God said, touch not my anointed. The words that you speak against me or any other pastor or any other person of God that's trying to do the right thing, be careful what you say. The words that you speak will be the judgment that you receive. Y'all pastors know what I'm talking about. Be careful what you say about Pastor Lowery. I work for God. I don't work for you. I don't work for Joe. I don't work for nobody on this earth. I work for God. You better be careful. You better keep your mouth in place. Because if you're not living a godly life, if you're not living a righteous life like you should be living, and you living outside of God, and you're not in a line with him, and you talking about somebody that's trying to do the right thing, you better be real careful what you say. Because God will not be mocked. Y'all pastors who've been silent all of these years, you're mocking God. You know you should have stood up and stopped the homosexuality. Y'all know y'all should have stood up and stopped the migrants from coming in here. But the P. Diddy's and the TD Snakes and all these other pastors on the internet running around here, they talking and preaching, but they're not doing nothing. I'm telling you, God will not be mocked. And if you continue to mock God, you mock yourself. Because I can guarantee you this, you will pay. God will punish you for that. And you think that it's just normal that things are happening to you? They're not normal. These are the things that you are doing because you're not doing the righteous things. See, people don't even really understand when the Bible says, seek ye the kingdom and its righteousness, and all will be added to you. And that's what people are not understanding. I want to play this clip for you right quick. It's about y'all President Barack Obama. Listen to what he's saying. He's never did nothing for black people, and he won't do nothing for black people. Yet black people worship him like as if he's somebody special. Let me see if I can get this thing to going. That's just great. That's just great. Okay, folks. But listen, we're going to go ahead on and we're going to move around a little bit and make this thing. Maybe that's the reason why. Is that it? Testing 2. But anyway, I just wanted to give a few minutes and a little time to talk about the real situations that's happening here in the country today. So, folks, listen, we have to be smart. We have to think. We have to understand one thing for sure, that if we don't stand up for God, and if we don't do the things that we're supposed to and be right by people, then this earth is going to be destroyed. It's going to be destroyed for sure. And in saying that, folks, I got to get on up out of here. I know that my equipment is falling down apart. And the enemy is laughing because he think he got us, but he got himself. Folks, don't worry about it. We're going to be all right. I'm telling you. We're going to be all right because God is in control. And he is not going to allow his people to fall off like we're trying to fall off. Folks, it's been fun. And hopefully I can get this piece up. I want y'all to hear it for real. Because like I said, we need to know exactly what people are thinking and what they're doing in this country today. And this is really funny. Thank y'all over there, whatever y'all doing. I'm enjoying it. And we're going to play this clip. I'm going to play this clip anyway, even though it seems as though I don't want to play. I'm going to play it because it needs to be heard. This is y'all President Barack Obama telling y'all on Black History Month that black people don't deserve no reparations. They don't deserve nothing. They deserve nothing.
Crisis, and you target money for the banks. If there was a national disaster, you target your money for the national for disaster relief.
That's not how President Barack Obama works. We want to give those young people and young Native Americans like them the support they deserve. We have to invest in them and believe in them and love them.
But you're not investing.
Why not target the African American community? Why not say then, this is for you? This is for African Americans. If there was a banking crisis, then you target money for the banks. If there was a national disaster, you target your money for the national disaster relief.
That's not how America works. We want to give those young people and young Native Americans like them the support they deserve. We have to invest in them and believe in them and love them.
Why not target the African American community? Why not say then, this is for you? This is for African Americans.
That's not how America works.
President Barack Obama has begun new initiatives aimed at helping young American Indians or Native Americans overcome the many challenges they face, from poverty to substance abuse.
Why not target the African American community? Why not say then, this is for you? This is for African Americans.
That's not how America works. And few have been more marginalized and ignored by Washington for as long.
What about black people, Barack? What about black people?
Why not target the African American community? Why not say then, this is for you? This is for African Americans.
That's not how America works.
Now Barack Obama is signing into law all the monies and stuff that he gave to Native Americans and did not give one dime to black people.
Why not target the African American community? Why not say then, this is for you? This is for African Americans. If there was a banking crisis, then you target money for the banks. If there was a national disaster, you target your money for the national disaster relief.
That's not how America works. We want to give those young people and young Native Americans like them the support they deserve. We have to invest in them and believe in them and love them.
Why not target
but no money for black
community?
people?
Why not say then, this is for you? This is for African Americans.
That's not how America works.
President Barack Obama has begun new initiatives.
I played this for one reason. I played it for one reason. Because Barack Obama took care of everybody except black people. He went to bat and he made sure that the Indians got money. He made sure the homosexual got the laws and stuff that they need. He made sure of a lot of things. But he made sure one thing, that black people got nothing. That we had nothing. We're going to get nothing. We are not going to get any reparations. Black people are not going to get anything at all but what we got. And that's nothing. So, folks, I'm saying that I'm going to have to get up out of here, man. I know my equipment is acting bad. You know, when you're trying to put down the truth, that's the enemy. He always going to do something he ain't got no business. And then saying that, folks, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. I'm going to put a little music on so we can get up out of here. And listen, share it around. Share it around. And I want y'all to think. Tomorrow we're going to come back with the moments of truth, and we're going to discuss a couple of things. We're going to discuss the chip that they've put into the American people now. We also are going to discuss how the Bible has made it so that we are now about to become the new Sodom and Gomorrah. They've made it so that black people will have nothing, will be nothing. These are my last words.
I hope you got an extra mic and a fireproof booth.
If black people don't wake up, this is Black History Month. And even in this calendar month, it is the shortest month. And out of the 12. And they made the shortest month, Black History Month, with only 28 days. And black people still getting shortchanged. My last words is this. Black folks, get back to God. Seek the truth. Christ said the truth will set you free. So if you want to be free, seek Christ, and you'll find the truth. God bless you.
Every time I step in the booth, I speak the truth. Y'all know
what
I'm bringing to you. I bring the truth. Y'all know who I be. I be the truth when I speak. That'll set you free. the truth. Every time I step in the booth, I speak the truth. Y'all know what I'm bringing to you. I bring the truth. Y'all know who I be the truth. What I speak sells sex. Ain't nothing changed with Steve. I'm still stuck in the kitchen. So what I'm signed, that's fine. Still stuck in position. Know me well. Couple court cases from jail. Couple shells from hell. Stuck on this mission. Go home, my girl fussing. Won't you change your life? I'm thinking. Won't I change my wife? Ignorant. The rap is just another hustle, another way for to touch you. Now they know the face it beams. Now they see my face on screens, and I ain't even chased this dream. I feel sorry for those who did. Y'all can't stop the war, whether rock or raw. I'm slinging in a rock for law. Know what block I'm on? Them palms, you wanna get karate chop. True. Every time I step in the booth, I speak the truth. Y'all know what I'm bringing to you. I bring the truth. See, y'all know who I be the truth. What I speak sells set you free. The truth. Every time I step in the booth, I speak the truth. Y'all know what I'm bringing to you. I bring the truth. See, y'all know who I be the truth. What I speak sells set you free. Friday management and rocks the label, and I still hit with this fatal. That best can't stay. I had a dot open you up from chest to navel. See my face on cable and have flashbacks of that cold table and them I gave you. I'm that'll come and pour salt in your wound at the hospital while the cops guarding your room. You got to see what I've seen, look where I've looked, touch what I reached, to take what I took. You got to go where I've gone, walk where I walked, to get where I'm at, to speak what I thought. You got to lay where I've laid, stay where I've stayed, play where I played, to make what I made. You got to move what I move, use what I use tools how I use fools how I use. The truth. Every time I step in the booth, I speak the truth. Y'all know what I'm bringing to you. I bring the truth.